The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
What's going on, everybody out there in the world of the internet? How are we doing today? Welcome to another brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Of course, it is your boy, Ruben, sitting here in the same chair always with the blurred screen letting you know you can't see my house. And
You've already seen your house.
I know, that's why I don't want nobody to see it no more. And I've changed it. I've changed it. You can't see it. But always with me is my man AG. How you doing today, bro?
I am tired, bro. Let me tell you something about manufacturing. Manufacturing is fun for me because it's all the stuff that working together. It's a magic trick. What's up, Moby?
What's going on?
But I'm gonna tell you something. Lipton has some trifling machines. Okay. And my job really is to manage failure. Every day I go to work, I understand that I am going to fail at a high percentage. My job is to manage expectations and manage failure. I just want to put that out there. Some manufacturers are good. And I come from a pedigree of championship manufacturers. I used to work for Ford Motor Company. That's how you get things done. And then sometimes you go someplace that's dark. It's just so bad. So yeah, I'm tired today, man. I couldn't wait to get out of there. Couldn't wait.
Yeah, but think about it this way, a lot of people in their jobs, you manage machines to not fail. Some other people manage people who fail
It's even worse because we have those too.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
I get you.
I do like the people there. I do, but sometimes, man, I just look around and go, how in the world did we get the first bag of tea out of here?
Do the machines have names, like actual names?
If I gave machines names, some of them be Swade Simpson, some of them be Trifling, some of them be like Ratchet, some of them be like Broke Down, some of them be like Always Broke, Begging. Who else would it be?
Jeez.
Uncle Charlie.
Uncle Charlie.
Nah, that's a 5. Yeah, we had some stuff blow up. Man, did you know that tea dust under pressure can blow up?
Wow.
Yeah.
Not having that in my house anymore. Thanks.
Well, just saying. Anyway,
man.
my rant is over.
Yeah.
Dre from VA, did you get your McRib? No, I was scared because it's not a real sandwich.
I think he's asking Black Morticia Adams about that.
Say what now?
I think he's asking Black Morticia Adams about the McRib.
Oh, okay. I didn't read the whole thing. I just saw. Did you get your McRib?
Oh, but she did get it, and she wasn't impressed.
It's
trash.
It's not. You know what? When I was like 15, it was impressive to me. In fact, I think I had it earlier than that. It's been around for decades. When I had it with a kid, when I was a kid, like one time McDonald's brought back the Shamrock Shake, and I was like, I wanted one of these. What in the world was I thinking?
I mean, you lost your damn mind. That's what it is. That's what
it was so good. Every March, bro. Every March, I made my mom drive me to McDonald's. I promise you I did. I worked her nerves so bad. I was almost an orphan a couple times. She almost dropped me off there and left. I'm telling you, man, I had to have it. Like Pookie.
I will simply repeat what I said last week. That shit is nasty.
It's a vanilla shake with green dye.
No, both of them are nasty. That and the damn McRib. Both of them are nasty.
I agree with both.
I'm not a food connoisseur. I'm just a food whore, bro.
Hey man,
And,
I don't
and
need to
you're
be a-
right. Two out of three members of this show adamantly opposed the McRib. So AG, last week when you was saying it was the official sandwich, F you and F the McRib.
Wow. Moby's just told me to go fuck myself because I wanted to make Man, I just feel like I'm a white guy now. Had two black men to come and go fuck myself for no reason.
Whoa, I didn't tell you to go fuck
Oh no,
yourself.
no.
Hold on,
The
player.
McRib is plenty of reason.
Oh wow. You know what?
The McRib is plenty of reason.
You know what? I feel defiant now. I'm gonna go to McDonald's after this is over.
Go
I mean,
ahead.
Go ahead. Eat
Do that shit on your own time.
Wow, he said do it on my own time. And now my wife backs y'all up.
I
Does
mean,
Blue Rib like the McRib?
because she's got good sense.
What he said, you got good sense. Dude, she sent me an article and it scared the crap out of me for real. I mean, on the real, it's like number one, I feel like it's a kid's thing. Because like I said, I don't feel I mean, I had one last time they brought it back, I guess a couple of years ago. I had one and I sat there and I'm like, I didn't necessarily get through it, but it's like, this is terrible. And I'm like, do you feel like sometimes McDonald's gimmicky stuff is for kids or like maybe preteen or something like that?
I feel
No,
like
that shit
most
for
of their
you.
food. I feel like most of their food is for kids. To be honest.
I mean, the McRib ain't for a child.
No, but what you're not listening to what I'm saying. When I was a kid, I couldn't stop eating them because I guess there was some sort of excitement. As an adult, it's like this is not good food. I mean, when I say good food, I mean it doesn't even taste good. It's okay. I think I washed it down with some fries and the orange drink, but it wasn't like the emotion I felt when I was a kid was not the same emotion I feel today.
Well,
Lauren said it's the nostalgia is what I was looking for, and I got my feelings hurt because it's almost like going back to your ex-girlfriend. It's like that's why I left that half to start with. Same thing. I used to like you, but now I've outgrown you and everything you're about, and yeah, you're kind of a hoe. So you know.
Wow.
I know Moby didn't say wow.
I mean,
Really, bro?
Oh,
Some of the
wow.
stuff you say, you just told me to go fuck myself because of a big rib, bro.
Yeah, but
Now it's wow.
I don't know if I've ever referred to any of my exes as a hoe.
Well, we haven't dated the same people, so you'll have to.
I mean, yeah, you know what? That is an absolute fact.
Yes.
I mean, so you just compared the McRib to being a hoe. Every once in a while, it's good to go back for a little bit, but then you realize you shouldn't have been there.
No, it's not good to go back at all. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
when
I
you
mean,
go back-
look, Ruben. To be fair, I feel like the McRib and the hoe comparison is pretty fair. I mean, just based on what we know about the differences between a bitch and a hoe, the McRib is clearly a hoe
Exactly.
because a hoe fucks everybody.
Nothing wrong there, buddy.
and that shit's still nasty.
Exactly.
Mm.
So, like I
Aren't
said, man,
most
that's the question. That's the 4-minute and 59-second question. Is McDonald's food really for kids? Is it a nostalgia thing when you grow up?
Well, it depends because now they have adult Happy Meals, which are like the
That's
Well,
what
that lets
says
me
that-
know that it's food
Yeah.
for kids then.
Because
Right
I'm
there.
about to say that they're trying to keep that nostalgia.
I mean, it's working for a whole bunch of dumbass people out there. But hey, whatever. When you're
Like
a
Morticia Adams, I'll give it one more try when someone pays for it.
man, the fact that you gave it one try,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
might
even know
want
what
to
to
go
say
back to
about
the
you.
biscuits. Go back to the church's biscuits because it's awful.
oh god, that shit's nasty.
Anyway, I didn't mean to hijack the show. I just wanted to
Nah, you fine.
No,
I
we're talking
mean-
about the important issues right here.
Yeah.
McRib.
And then one meat.
We hitting them hard hitting issues.
Oh, you know what? Right now, now I'm gonna do my Reuben right now. I feel attacked. Don't come for me.
You should. You were definitely attacked without
I
question.
wasn't attacking you, and in many ways, I was pitying you for forever once thinking the McRib was something of value.
Isn't that
I mean,
worse?
Well, I mean, the Big Mac will always win. It doesn't mean it's real. But I promise you, dipping in a big thing of ketchup is why don't they put ketchup on in a Big Mac? Why?
Because it
'Cause
has
they're too
Thousand
busy.
Island sauce.
They're too busy advertising that special sauce.
It's
Yeah,
Thousand Island.
yeah, but still, man, that shit probably tastes nasty together.
Actually, I love it.
Okay, but for everybody else, that shit probably tastes nasty.
I like how Ruben just moved on. It's just like a passive aggressive way of saying you're awful.
I mean, look, man, my thought process on this is they test all this food out with a whole bunch of people. If a lot of people like ketchup on the Big Mac, they would have put that shit on it, but
True.
they didn't. So they didn't,
True.
because what they're not gonna do is put a whole bunch of food out here that people ain't gonna like,
True.
other than the damn McRib. But apparently, there are parts of us in this world that think that shit's good. So that's why they put it out for once a year, because it probably takes them 5 months just to make the shit. So the processing is like,
The funny thing is the level of hate on this show for McDonald's is pretty high.
no, it's a level of hate for that damn McRib.
Oh no,
That's
no,
just
no, no!
that.
I'll come out and say fuck McDonald's if you want.
There's nothing. I mean, and the funny thing is, nothing they make is good for you. Some of it is
I
not
eat
even
it.
good to you, and they had the nerve to discontinue the salads. I'm like,
Yeah,
but then
because-
you think about it, who goes to McDonald's looking for a salad to start
Look,
with?
man,
Except my beautiful wife, she will.
there's nothing healthy at McDonald's. And then when you go to Wendy's, they do have salads. Them shits are $8.
But Wendy's got real food, bro.
Yeah, but $8 for a salad,
Real food.
bro.
Hey, but they salads actually be hitting though. But no, I agree with you. They shouldn't be. That little ass salad they give me shouldn't
Yeah,
cost more
that-
than the fucking quadruple stack that I can get.
Well,
Yeah.
see, they're charging you because you too lazy to go to the grocery store and do it yourself.
I mean, I can get a
That's
whole
what it's all about.
Biggie bag.
No, they're
for
charging me
$5.
more. They're charging me more because it's perishable, and perishable means it's real.
Yeah,
Everything else can last for fucking centuries in that store, but
I had a McRib. It's his 100th anniversary. Just saying.
man. The fact
it's
that
the
it's been long-
McRib's 100th anniversary.
Yeah,
Let's
because King
hope
Tut
not.
had one.
So
They
so
buried
they-
it with him. It's still fresh too. You
So
microwave.
they've been making pressed random meat sandwiches for 100 years
I don't
Yes,
think
yeah.
that.
And the company,
and calling it the McRib.
yes, and
I
the
don't-
company that
I
Chevy
don't
Chase
think
works
that's
for in
correct.
Christmas Vacation was the one that made the preservatives to make that true.
That's
Just saying. Hey, wasn't that cool what I did? That was cool, wasn't it?
that's just
That wasn't
nasty.
cool. No one said anything. Apparently, it wasn't cool.
It's not that it's not cool, man. When you
Typically
think
the
about it, the
rules-
shit's just sad.
Typically, the rules of cool are if you gotta ask.
It ain't.
It ain't- Yeah, I thought it'd be funny. I didn't ask any of y'all. Y'all just didn't say nothing. So.
I mean, silence is gold.
Exactly.
Wow, we've given McDonald's 12 minutes of our time. We
Well,
heard one of them.
actually, one more thing. I went to Dre from VA said he went to Five Guys and he spent $36. I do have to put that out there. People, when you go to Five Guys, make sure that you bring your Sizzler money. That place is not cheap. I don't care what you get, you're going to spend more than $15. Just saying.
Look, man.
Only thing free in that place is the peanuts.
Look, man. I get it. So here's this is what I'm gonna say, and I get it. Yo, Five Guys is good like twice a year, just because you can eat that shit and die literally in the same hour.
But they make real food,
But
man.
here's the thing, man. It is much cheaper to go to the damn grocery store and make your house burger yourself.
But it's much cheaper to go to the grocery store for everything we've talked about on this show ever.
Yeah, man. But I mean, look, man. If there's any restaurant that should have, Grim Reaper on their damn logo, it would be Five Guys.
How do you figure?
Yo, that's just as good as. Hey, man, the better it tastes, the more death it is. I mean, come on.
Wait a
bro.
minute. The better it tastes, the more death it is.
Oh, come on, man. Let's be real.
Dude,
Yes,
if somebody
they make
gave me
those
a
burgers.
choice between Five Guys and McDonald's, I'm Five Guys all day long, and I'll live 20 years longer. That's real food.
the burgers are real, and yes, they may
That's
cut.
not real.
What? The meat is real. Yeah,
Yes.
the meat is real. Correct. However, and the fries are all that shit's real, but they fry that shit, and God knows they let you see the big vats of oil that they fry this shit in.
So McDonald's doesn't use any oil.
I didn't say that, but I'm just saying. Look, do you think they use that cheap ass shit? No, they using some shit that's damn near lard to cook them fries, man.
That's never mind.
No,
Okay.
it's good, but that shit's unhealthy as f.
Hey, Ruben.
All of it is, Ruben.
Statistically speaking, all that should have killed you.
Exactly. That's exactly. So I'm like, why are you doing anyway?
Hey, I'm not gonna pay a lot of money for my death if I don't have to.
Okay, Ruben, you win.
Just saying.
Ruben, you eat like a kid.
I do. I mean, I do.
You proved AG's point. Like you're probably the only person that will pick McDonald's burgers over Five Guys, because I'm with AG on this. Like, look, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die with some quality cow, and I'm gonna take all that grease. I'm gonna know what the fuck it is too. So as I'm having a heart attack, I'm not going, oh, whatever that secret shit y'all put in that processed meat McDonald's got me. I'm gonna be like, nah, man, that heifer got me. That big ass heifer I ate at Five Guys got me.
See, I guess the way I see it is McDonald's is that slow road death. Like, but if I'm just ready to go, yeah, then I go. That's why I go to Five Guys twice a year, because I feel like, you know what, I'm ready to go now. And Five Guys they'll do it, and it's fine. Hey, it tastes good. No front. I mean, when you can pick up the burger and you can see the grease come out of it as you're eating it, and hoping you don't get it on your clothes, I mean, that's a good ass burger. No lies here.
All right. One more question for Mo B. Look, man, how come Georgia just hasn't been ranked number 1 all season? This is stupid. What in the world?
First of all, I told you a couple weeks ago that Georgia is going to be ranked number 1 until the national championship game, because as of right now, they are the national champions. I don't look at random rankings. Like, hey,
I am asking you a serious football question, man.
I'm gonna tell you this. The serious question is, like, because there are a lot of haters out there, and there are a lot of fans of other teams that have done more winning historically than Georgia. Like, if Alabama had our resume, it wouldn't even be no question. They'd be number 1. Like, they just want anybody else to be number 1 other than Georgia, and I can't blame them, because, like, I know most of my life I've rooted for losers, so I'm aware. I'm aware, but at the same time, like,
losers.
I'm just saying, at the same time, like, it is what it is. Like, look, everybody was saying all week, I was hearing people say how Tennessee could put up points and Georgia's offense hadn't shown anything. And I was just like, all right, shit real when you got them goons out there playing defense on you for real. Like, the one thing I know about Georgia, like, even though we lost a whole bunch of people to the NFL, there was a whole bunch of motherfuckers that's trying to go to the NFL this year too.
Well, that's all I'm saying.
And Stetson Bennett is I mean, look, I keep no, I'm gonna say, man, like, Stetson Bennett got that. Look, if you're not gonna be super talented, because I don't think he's super talented, but if you're not gonna be super talented, you got to be a cool ass motherfucker. And just seeing the way his teammates interact with him, and at the interview, and they was like, hey, you know, a lot of people talking that noise, and he was like, hey, man, we feel like we the national champions, and before you gonna do something, you gotta come see us. When he said that, I said, okay, I get it. I get why he's been the starting quarterback, because somebody said, look, if you ain't gonna be the most talented, you gotta at least walk around like your dick the biggest. And clearly, he be walking around like his dick the biggest.
I mean,
dude make plays. I mean, you can say what you want to say. Dude make plays.
Hey, he made. Look, I've said he's gonna go down as a great college quarterback, but I mean, look, I don't know what it is about our coaching staff. We love the least talented quarterbacks, but I guess the least talented quarterbacks have the most charisma. And I mean, that dude clearly got charisma.
You think Jake Fromm had charisma?
Nah, I think Jake Fromm was just like the coach's insecurities all wrapped into one, because he looked at all these other super talented quarterbacks that we recruited, because we had Fields and, we've had like 3 NFL quarterbacks that
I
transferred to other
forgot he
schools.
went there before he
Yeah,
transferred.
we had 3 NFL quarterbacks that transferred to other places, and I think Kirby looked at him and was like, if I play them, I gotta win, because if I don't win, they'll
I gotta
blame me.
win.
But if I stick Jake Fromm out there, who makes good decisions, and I can say he doesn't turn the ball over, like if we lose, I can be like, it's Jake Fromm, dog. Like I did the best I could. So like I feel like he was the coach's insecure. I feel like Bennett's that too. Bennett just happens to have a little swag with his insecurity.
Well, Georgia's a better team also.
Oh yeah. When you got a historical defense, you can have Jim McMahon be your quarterback.
Wow.
You
That's
can
tough.
you can have hey, Jim McMahon is
He has swag though. He has swag.
I feel like Jim McMahon, Stetson Bennett, very accurate as far as like a comparison. Ain't that talented, got a lot of charisma, whole bunch of black people playing defense for him that really like him.
He ain't wrong. I mean, because I was like looking at Tennessee beat up on Alabama, which I don't think this is a very good Alabama team. Plus, they're undisciplined. And I said, you know what? I know they got Georgia coming up. If Tennessee's for real, they'll beat Georgia, because I don't know why Georgia wasn't ranked number 1 throughout to start with, preseason also. So I'm like, okay. So the game come up, I still have to see it. I haven't seen it. But,
Ain't much to see.
So was it a route?
I mean,
it
was pretty dominant though.
Okay.
And then once it started raining, like Tennessee really didn't have no chance.
Okay. Was this happening in Georgia or was this in Tennessee?
It was in Georgia.
Okay. So this is Athens. Okay. Well, like I said, man, I wanted to ask you a question because it's been baffling me all year, and I just don't know why they keep toying around with Georgia's ranking in particular.
Because it's Georgia, and even though last year happened, it doesn't negate like the last 15 years of Georgia. So people are still like, hey, yeah, Georgia did it last year, but they still Georgia. Like they still good at blowing games and being the most talented losers. They still good at that.
Okay. I'll have to accept that, because I feel like that's exactly what's going on. Because if you don't, I mean, I can't judge football like y'all can, but it passed my eye test. I'm like, okay.
The only thing I'll say is Georgia gave Hendon Hooker Virginia Tech flashbacks.
Ouch.
He thought he was back at Virginia Tech. They whooped his ass.
He was just like, bruh, like those offensive dots in front of him didn't look the same. I mean, it was offensive line all year, and then they played Georgia and turned into some offensive dots.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not literally like I said, man. The dude thought he was playing at Virginia Tech again, and it was bad. But Georgia. I mean, Moby's right, man. Georgia ain't gonna get no respect, and they're not gonna get respect until they recreate Alabama, and they still might not get respect there because Nick Saban's still around. So who knows, man? But yeah, that if Georgia doesn't win a national championship this year, I mean, something bad happened, like the bus flipped over, or the plane didn't make it, or they were late for the game, so they lost by a forfeit or something. There's no team in the country that can beat Georgia. And they're talking about Oregon.
I'm a Georgia fan. I don't feel like that.
Well, see,
you should. Who can beat them, man? I mean, for real, who can beat them?
Hold on. Anybody can beat. There's a lot of top-ranked teams that can beat Georgia. The problem is you got to be able to. It's like Mike Tyson Punch-Out. You got to be able to withstand that initial first round of that defense coming out there and kicking your ass. If you can get past that and not be down by 2 touchdowns, you got a chance.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? I would say probably the most prolific offense in college football right now is Oregon, and they mollywopped them in the first game of the season. I think Oregon scored 3 points, and Oregon is beating people like they look at them like this is Georgia.
Once again,
we're whooping Georgia's ass until they
like
get back to Georgia.
Just like I said, like that game was over, but like at midway point in the first quarter. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That shit was over when they got off the bus, yo. Like, it was that bad.
Well, everybody on paper knows how to beat Mike Tyson, but there's only a handful of dudes that actually did it. So
Hey man,
there's no one in the country that can beat Georgia. If you want to downplay it, BMO B.
Well, no. I'm not downplaying it. My thing is, I know when Georgia plays, if Georgia plays Alabama, I know they have a trump card, which is they have a coach, and we have a coach that has shown that he's scared of Nick Saban.
How can you be scared of Nick Saban when you beat him for the title?
He beat him for the title, but his record against Nick Saban is not very good, and he's had the most talented team like out of the last 6 or 7 matchups. He coaches ultra conservative against Saban.
Well,
and that's what's happened a lot.
Let me help you out with this. You won't see Alabama in the SEC championship game. That shit ain't happening unless LSU decides they don't feel like playing no more. And then number 2, I mean, once again, you have a Georgia team who is there are very few weaknesses on that team. And then on top of that, literally the one team that wants them more than anybody in the country, they mollywopped them 49-3. Like, they didn't get out the breaks. They didn't do nothing. And ever since they beat Oregon, Oregon has been beating people like they owe them money from generations. It's shit's not even close. Like, they're beating people who average like 45-10. All because of Georgia whooping that ass in the first game of the season.
Once again, I think Georgia is the most talented defense. They're probably the most talented team outside of wide receiver and quarterback. I'm just saying, I don't think they're invincible.
They don't need to be invincible to win that championship.
They still would be my pick to win national champion, but I wouldn't bet like the house on it. I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, they're clearly gonna run away with it. I just wouldn't. Last year, I confidently said that all year. When I was confidently saying, hey, Georgia's gonna beat everybody, because they were like head and shoulders more talented than everybody else. I don't think that separation is that great this year. I think defensively it is, but I still don't think the defense this year is anywhere close to what it was last year. And last year it was historical.
Yes, last year they lost a close game to Alabama, and they came back and beat Alabama by like 15.
Well, they were way better than Alabama.
Exactly. I mean, shit happens sometimes, but I don't think there's a team that can be close. You're right. You got Stetson Bennett and a whole bunch of receivers that I have no idea who they are, and somehow they're throwing up 40 points a game. You got a defense that's crushing everybody's souls.
Well, Georgia ain't throwing up 40 points a game.
You know what? It feels like it. God knows it freaking feels like it, because they're beating the hell out of everybody. Nobody can't get out the blocks. So, yeah. And that's our college update for today.
You be such a prisoner of the moment sometimes, Ruben.
What are you talking about, man?
Such a prisoner of the moment.
This game was like the closest game they played all season, and they still mollywopped Tennessee by like 28.
Okay, we'll just move on.
I mean, am I wrong?
You are, but I don't feel like going into it. We'll just move on. We're not the college football analysis show, so it's all right.
Awesome. This is AG's fault, so
it is. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Could be worse. All right, so we're gonna get into some real talk. So today, I decided that I want to read some stuff to everybody, and then we'll go from there. All right. Number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. Number 2, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images. Number 3, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Number 4, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Number 5, honor your father and mother. Number 6, thou shalt not kill. God wants us to protect human life. Number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. Number 8, thou shalt not steal. Number 9, thou shalt not bear false witness. 10, you shall not covet. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, those were the 10 commandments. And I get that. Before we even say it, Yes. Everybody keeps saying that this country is built on the principles of God and everything else. But yes, you are correct. All of us don't serve the same deity. So let's just take that away for a second. And I want to read something else. Amendment 1, freedoms, petitions, assembly. Amendment 2, right to bear arms. Amendment 3, quartering of soldiers. Amendment 4, search and arrest. Amendment 5, rights in criminal cases. Amendment 6, right to a fair trial. Amendment 7, rights in civil cases. Amendment 8, bail, fines, and punishment. Amendment 9, rights retained by the people. And Amendment 10, states' rights. Now, those are the Bill of Rights. And of course, we don't talk about things in a spiritual way because everybody doesn't serve same deity. But if you are an American, whether you're 100% red-blooded American or whether you're a naturalized citizen, those are the Bill of Rights that we're all supposed to go through. What do these two things have in common? It's very simple. They get all broken on a daily basis by everybody. And it's interesting because I love it when people talk about, well, you know, in God we trust. And, you know, we do things based on whatever, you know. Last time I checked, I read the Bill of Rights. I mean, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting a free exercise thereof. And it's more stuff here. Yo, man, it does not say that religion is part of our government. And on top of that, it does not say that religion is the reason why we do things in our government. So, like, it kills me when, like, even the in God we trust on the money thing is so, like, played and incorrect. You know, they on purpose basically set it up. So, hey, this is not about religion. This is about rules. You know, we follow these rules for everybody. Because when we were across the water, we were the slaves. We were the people getting picked on and had no rights. So when we come here to this quote unquote free country, everybody is fair. Everybody has the same rights as everybody else. And then, of course, they made more amendments later on about suffrage and, you know, black people will not be enslaved, all this other stuff. But here's the thing that kills me, man. It's like we have one group, we have Republicans and Democrats and independents. And we have one group that says, you know, socialism is bad. We shouldn't run our life on socialism. Stuff like that, you know. You know, the Republicans are like, nah, socialism. That's all they, you know, the word, you know. However, what just happened recently, earlier this year, yeah, somebody lost their right to choose, you know, for abortion. Last time I checked, that is not a rule such as, hey, don't cross the street. You know, last time I checked, that's part of socialism. Just saying. Yet we had to listen for 8 years. We had to listen for 8 years about how socialism is bad, and that's what we get. Look, all I'm saying is, don't sit here and be like, well, God said this, and our state said this. and then you turn around and we are doing the exact opposite. Everybody. It's not one person. It's not two people. It's everybody. So all I'm going to say is Glass House, man. Glass House. Go vote. And that's all I got in Real Talk today.
Wait a minute. So the landing of the plane for that was go vote?
I thought so. Yes.
Nice. I thought you was about to take it to some like profound, deep thing, and then you just went, go vote.
I mean,
I thought it was pretty good.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I thought he was going somewhere where he was about to go real deep, and he was like, nah, man, let's go vote.
yeah. I mean, because it's that simple, man. Because we're out
We
here.
read the commandments, Bill of Rights, and it was like, hey, you know what? Vote.
Because everybody out here believes in one or the other. And if you believe in,
Actually, I don't know if everybody out here believe in one or the other.
well, excuse me, they talk like they do.
Of course.
The most Christian people believe in the 10 Commandments, yet they're out here slaying with somebody else where their married partner is at home. You know,
I mean, it ain't even that, man. People love to pick and choose on the Bible, man. That's
exactly. I'm just like simple stuff. You know, we can't do 10 simple things. I'm surprised.
Well, if God writes it, it's probably not simple. He wrote it for a reason. Just letting you know.
I mean, he wrote it and
the
somebody changed it
problem
over
with, the
years.
problem with the 10 Commandments is we put a ranking system on it. So, like, you know, people like talking about other people's sins, like their sins are lesser than, even though, you know, there's specific scripture, what is it, James 2:10, if you're guilty of one sin, you're guilty of them all.
Yeah, there's no value. That's for sure.
Don't get us start preaching up here. All I'm saying is
we're not qualified.
Not at all. All I'm saying is you sit here and you talk about one thing, one group, 110, and then you talk about the other 10, and then you combine them when you feel it's mutually exclusive, and you can't. So everybody, I'm just saying, learn your people. You gotta do what you gotta do is best for you. So like, hey, go vote, and then we'll revisit this next year when we're looking at the same shit. So that's all I got. All right. I'm sorry. I've actually lost myself for a little bit. So we got a little Hey Ladies tonight. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Hey Ladies, this time is about child support. This is a little pet peeve of mine. Power with no responsibility for me, because I'm sitting here trying to figure out how a woman can tell me anytime she gets ready or not that she's pregnant with my child. I don't have any kids. I'm just saying, and you know, for example.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do. Stop being funny. And no kids here, buddy. Just say.
You're my dad.
You have the power to tell me I'll never see my kids again, and I still got to pay. Okay. I just think that if you are going to have that kind of juice, then if you're going to tell, especially with the heavy diet of I don't need no man, you have got to be able to tell me from a lawful standpoint that with those kind of decisions, then you forfeit any child support. Because right now I feel as though, I did say feel on purpose, but I feel as though women can do anything they want to do and I still have to pay. Not only to take care of a child, like I don't have a child. I'm gonna ask this as Mo B is the only one on the show that has one, or actually has two, but you know, he's the only one that has children. So he understands how much they cost. But I find women that get your average child support court ordered, they use that money for themselves to live, which I'm like, so I'm still supporting you? I thought that was alimony. So from that perspective, I'm kind of setting the table to ask y'all how you feel about that.
I don't know if we got enough time.
Can you kill him in 5 minutes? Because no, we don't have enough time. We can talk about this all night. But like I said, my thing is so much power without equal responsibility, where men have all responsibility and seemingly no power in this particular situation. So I'm gonna open it up to the floor and comments. What's up?
Ruben, please go first.
Wow.
He wants the back clean up.
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's just like I don't. I got so much to say, and I got to make sure I say it in a way that, not because I'm worried about how somebody's gonna take it, but I want to say it in a way that actually gets my belief about it in a poignant way. So if you're gonna be mad at my stance, you're gonna be mad at what I actually mean and not what you interpret.
You know that's like a pipe dream, right?
Yeah, I know it's impossible. But I'm gonna do the best I can.
Okay. All right, Ruben, go ahead. What you think, man?
So it's like this. I actually have two. I used to feel one sort of way real strong about it, but recently I've kind of changed my mindset on it just because I know probably more single parents than I thought I would. And their conversations about, child support, no child support, whatever. So first of all, AG, I will say, probably one of the biggest things about child support is you really just don't know where the money's going. You really don't. I would almost rather have an itemized list of what I need to go buy, and I just go buy it. So that's one of the things. But then here's the other thing I will say. I will say a lot of it just depends on the woman, because there are some women out here who are just like, look, I want child support to make sure we're taken care of, blah, 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 blah. But she got a job, and the money goes to the child or children like it should. Then you got some people out here who you give them child support and their hair and their nails done every week. And then you have people who don't do child support because they're just like, when we need stuff, he takes care of it without question. He or she takes care of it without question. So I think with child support should come parameters. And I think that's the issue. The issue is there's no real parameters with child support. So like even receiving any type of government assistance has parameters. And child support, there are no parameters other than how much you got to pay, percentage of your check and all that every month. That's really the only parameters you have, because, when it's all said and done, I wouldn't care about child support if I knew exactly where my money was going, but that's the devil and the woman that you deal with, or the person that you deal with. That's what that is, man. It ain't nothing nobody can do about that. If that person is, a Kanye West gold digger, then you already know she ain't got no job and you paying for everything in life and the kid gets barely enough to live. But if she got sense and she's still trying to do her own thing and y'all just can't be together, but the child is first between y'all, everything's kind of different. So, but I would say parameters should be involved. I think they should put parameters in child support. I think that whoever has a child or children, man, this money's for the kids, aka, you need to get a job. You need to be required to have a job. I don't care where you work. You got to work. And if this money goes to like, if I got to pay extra because you working and the kid got to go to daycare, then so be it. Like, at least I know my money is going to somewhere where my kids will be safe and my kids will be taken care of. I mean, we got parents leaving their kids in a damn house by themselves. So that's the way I feel about it. I don't have children either, but if somebody knocked on my door is like, "Hey, Dad," I would look at them and be like, "Don't talk to me. Let me go get a lawyer, and we doing a blood test before we have any other conversation." And then on top of that, you ain't getting no money, because if you like 26, I ain't paying you shit. Like, it ain't happening. That's what I'm talking about. Because there should be a statute of limitations on that. It's not fair for a child to be kept away from somebody for an extended period of time, and then you got to pay back child support. Kind of game in the system, dumbass shit is that? So that's my thoughts on it. Mo B, piss everybody off.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna piss everybody off, but I'm not gonna get everything I want to say out. So I'm gonna try to cliff notes this bitch. So the problem with child support, as I see, my personal opinion, and just like you, my views on child support have changed as I've got older. But the problem with child support is the fact that there's a third party involved anyway. Because once the third party became a party, we turned children into transactions and not children into, a responsibility. Now, I'd also like to preface by saying, unfortunately, child support and all the laws and rules that come attached to it are really there for the minority and not for the majority. And what I mean by that is, like, if you have society and if you have everybody tell you that child support is the only way most men take care of their responsibilities with children, which is, in my opinion, I feel like a falsehood. I don't think that is true. I do think there probably are a lot of neglectful dads out there. I mean, not probably. I know that there are a lot of neglectful dads out there, but there are also a lot of piss poor mothers out there as well. And nobody likes to say that because it makes us feel bad to say anything negative about a woman, being a bad mom. That's like the ultimate insult you can give any woman, is saying she's a bad mom. It's okay to call a dad a piece of shit, ain't shit nigga, but you can't say nothing negative about a mom unless you got thousands of receipts. And even then, you're going to have millions of people willing to cape for it. That's just how I feel. Other people might disagree with me, whatever. But the major problem with the system in itself, I feel what you're saying, Ruben, like you wish you knew where the money was going and everything, but I don't think fundamentally that's the problem. Fundamentally, the problem is somebody telling somebody how much money their child is worth. And the fact that nobody sees it that way is appalling to me. It's like the court is saying how much money your child is worth based on what you make. And it totally neglects the other aspects of parenthood. It basically makes it seem as if parenthood is just something that you can buy. And because the system is that way, women have started to treat it that way. And by default, some men have started to treat parenthood that way in itself. Is so when you add a third party in it, you're automatically going to mess up the dynamic. Now, your point, AG, when you say women talking about being independent and all this, and either way he's got to pay, there actually is a fundamental. I actually do have a fundamental issue with the fact that I get on the back end and in the long run, women typically take the brunt, especially in single parent homes. Women take the brunt of responsibility for doing a lot of things by themselves when you're a single mom. And because of that, we treat every woman as if they should be under that umbrella of independence. And the truth of the matter is, every woman don't deserve to be praised for that, because not every woman is doing that by themselves for noble reasons. Some of it's because they just being a bitch. Some of it is because, like, maybe their dad really ain't shit. But when it comes to relationship issues, we as a society and typically don't give any woman any blame for anything negative in a relationship. Meaning, if I were to get somebody pregnant, they say, hey, you got her pregnant. It's your responsibility to step up and pay for these things. Cool. but she fucked me too. She made it so if as a woman you are that dude's sixth baby mama, you had 5 other red flags there before you decided that it was cool to engage in a sexual transaction with this individual. So then I don't feel like I should necessarily feel sympathetic for you because you're like, hey, he got me pregnant and then abandoned me. Well, he did that to the other 5 chicks you knew about too. And you made a choice. Like when it comes to sexual transactions between men and women, all the negative consequences in the long run do go to the women. I 100% go there. I won't say I'm not trying to say women don't have it, their own difficulties, but when it comes to bearing the responsibility for a sexual interaction and who gets blamed when something goes wrong, that's like 90% always going to fall on the guy. Because when they say you got her pregnant, it's really weird to me because it's like, unless I raped her or forcibly made her do it, which is rape, then I didn't get her pregnant. We did something together that resulted in a pregnancy. But we don't treat it that way. So when it comes to child support, there's so many avenues. Like, you know, I hate to replay the Dave Chappelle joke because a lot of people hate it. But when he said, hey, if you want the right to abort it, I should at least have the right to neglect it. And that rubs a lot of women the wrong way because women say, well, my body, you know, it's my body, I should have control over it. Well, what if we did the same thing with sperm? Like, hey, that was my sperm. I didn't want it to be used to impregnate you. So, hey, I need you to do away with that. We don't get to do that. And I understand why. I'm not being naive here. I understand why. I don't have to bear with it for 9 months. It's not going to cause me, you know, once that nut's out of me, it's not going to cause me any other health problem except for the 18 years I got to deal with your dumb ass now.
No, it's not.
Speak on it, my brother.
But yeah, so I don't have a problem with child support as a system. I have the problem with the fact that we feel so desperately that we need a child support system. And once again, I start off by saying the rules and laws are built for the minority, not the majority. Because I do believe that most people have good intent with trying to raise their kids. Like I've just seen it. Have I seen some ain't shit dads? Hell yeah. I don't deal with those dudes because I don't have much respect for you. Have I seen some mothers that I would, you know, not call the most motherly? Yes. And you see what I did there? I couldn't even go hardcore on insulting her because I got the same bias everybody else got. Nobody wants to say a woman's a bad mom, even though we know the reality of it is that not everybody's a good mom. That's a statistics thing. Like if we gonna be human, like everybody can't be great. So if everybody ain't a great mom, there's some shitty ass moms out there. But we don't like talking about them. We only like talking about the shitty ass dads. So for all the shitty ass dads out there, fuck you and fuck them shitty ass moms too. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be even about that. But no, like I said, child support is a real complicated thing. There is no perfect system, but unfortunately, I think the system adds more divisiveness than solving problems.
I mean, you know, the other thing we can all do as men is just, hey, just like they used to say in the late 80s, early 90s, man, make sure you put on that Jimmy hat.
No. Can I take it a step further and sound like an old judgy dude? But no, the problem with our divisiveness now when it comes to child support issue is there was a lyric that Common had. He said there's a whole bunch of women that can say they're moms and not many of them can say that they're wives. Like, yo, you got to make a good choice before you impregnate somebody. And woman, you got to make a good choice before you allow somebody to impregnate you. Like, I'm not saying that everybody has to be married before you have kids or anything. I'm just saying before you take that step. I'm not saying mistakes don't happen. Not mistakes, because nobody wants to be called a mistake. I'm not saying accidents don't happen. But I'm saying if we focused a little bit more on vetting the people we were impregnating, we'd have a lot less long run issues. Just saying.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
I didn't have a kid out of wedlock on purpose.
Yeah. And Nick Cannon got 11 of them. So, yeah, man. Just, hey, do your due diligence. You know, do your research.
Oh, don't do when you say do your research, it just every time I hear somebody say do your research, I just think negative things.
No, I mean, like, you know,
Because negative research is just kind of like a charge thing that people use during the pandemic about the vaccine. So every time I hear do your research, I'm like, oh, really? You out here doing experiments too in your basement?
No. It's more or less. Hey, man, all I'm saying is an easy experiment, man. If you know a woman had 5 kids, you know she fertile.
If a woman has 5 kids, based on what we were just talking about, she doesn't deserve anything that you have. Keep it moving.
Hold on. I have a y'all missed the thing. If a woman has 5 kids, that is not a disqualifier in my opinion. Now, if she got 4 baby daddies, that is.
Well, no, that's what I said that because that's kind of the context that you set up.
Yeah.
That's why I said that.
Yeah, but that's why I wanted to be specific. I ain't saying you have kids that makes you disqualified. But
no, I mean my wife has 3. I'm just saying the way you set it up, we know who he's talking about.
Yeah. I mean, most definitely, man. Because if you got 5 kids,
Nick Cannon is disqualified.
Yeah, you have 5 kids, 5 baby daddies.
I'm not saying Nick Cannon disqualified, but once you become like his 8th baby mama, you shouldn't be coming to the courts like with a handout saying I want money too, because it's like, hey baby, like Nick Cannon is clear about what he about. He about raw dogging and shooting up clubs, and that's what he do.
I mean, he's got 3 more on the way, man. I mean, I'm just like, bro. Like,
if Nick Cannon pull out a condom, you being punked.
But you know what? The good thing about that is he got enough money to support all that. So,
and you did exactly what I just said is the problem with it. Like we have turned in parenthood as a father with, do you have enough money? When actually, if you really list out all the things that your father did for you to help you become the person you are, money of them was just kind of like the baseline. Because basically, as long as you have enough money to have the roof in there, but what a parent should do, it should be well above what financially they did for you. But no, I wasn't saying as a negative rule. I'm just saying like you do the same thing most people do, which is like, oh, well, at least you got enough money to take care of all them kids. Like, yo, there's a lot more than taking care of kids than money. Because like, hey, 50 Cent got a lot of money, but based on the way he talk about being a parent, I feel like he a shitty ass fucking dad, but he got a lot of goddamn money.
But I guess the reason why I'm saying that is because, you about to have 11 kids, man. There's only 7 days in a week. There's only 24 hours in a day. And, you need to make sure that you should be there for them both in spirit and physical. But 11 kids is a lot of damn money.
Hey, but Nick trying to have his whole tribe with him, though. He ain't trying to have his kids away. He trying to
big love that joint?
Yeah, he trying to have his own Nickelodeon studio.
I mean, and that's all I'm saying with it, man.
You're sure sliming a lot of those women. I'm just saying.
I mean, hey,
sliming in them. Yeah, you're right.
But they know he gonna shoot up the club, so they want it.
Skeet.
All day. Cool.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get long-winded on that. My bad.
No, that's exactly what I want you to do. That's why I put it out as a question.
I was trying to get short with it, but that's a real complicated topic.
All right. We good, AG?
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yes, sir.
Awesome. So the board's still talking about food.
They really are. They hadn't talked about anything that we've discussed in the last 20 minutes.
Until Nick Cannon. You say Nick Cannon, everybody wants to get up in on that.
Well, no, actually, somebody mentioned Nick Cannon, and then we started talking about Nick Cannon.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot of McRibs. Oh, God damn. If you know what, Nick Cannon, if you give your kids McRibs, you should be put in jail. That is child abuse, and that shit's against the law.
You're not wrong.
Damn it. All right. So last week, Moby was a little under the weather, and he was supposed to do a rendition of Rise and Shine. So this week, he is going to bring us his Rise and Shine.
Can't wait. Bring it.
All right, so I know a lot of people have probably expected me to do an AG segment and wanted me to do Hey Ladies, and
I did. I won't put my name in the hat already.
And that's cool, but I mean, I have a little bit more depth and range than that. I think I don't want to be known as the person that just basically slams women, because I don't want to slam women, even though sometimes it's easy to do it.
Like Florida.
Yeah, I don't want to lay up. So I want to do a Rise and Shine. And there was a whole bunch of things going on in the public right now that actually inspired me to talk about the Rise and Shine. And the Rise and Shine of today is going to be Black people. Stop being distracted by the bright lights. Now, what I'm saying is, Ruben so poignantly brought up all his points and then so eloquently wrapped it up with "Go vote." And the truth is, most of these complicated issues have very simple solutions, like go vote. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to solve all problems, but you ain't going to have no problem solved while you just sitting and bitching about random issues. Bitching don't solve nothing. So there's a whole bunch of people out here in our community, and I'll say the Black and brown community, that have selected their martyrs of the month. So we've got Kanye West being, I shouldn't say supported by the Black community, but we really do like to cape for Kanye West because we're celebrity worshipers. That's what our culture does. I mean, tell me I'm wrong, but like, if Kanye West was some nigga that worked at Walmart talking the stupid shit he's talking now, would none of y'all motherfuckers be out here saying, but you see these businesses didn't drop him when he was saying the Black people that slavery was a choice? None of y'all would say that. Y'all be like, hey, that's that dumbass nigga that be stocking at Walmart and we don't pay attention to him. Kyrie Irving comes out here and promotes, and whether he said he promoted or not, he put a link to a video basically slamming the Jews. And we go, hey, that's his opinion, and we always get so uptight about Jewish people and why he gotta lose, all these Nike contracts and stuff like that. If he'd have said something about the Black community, these people wouldn't have been dropping them. Yes, but this is a damn distraction. Like, none of this shit matters. Kanye West don't matter. Kyrie Irving don't matter. You know what does matter? The fact that the Republicans are about to sweep this midterm election, and things like Roe v. Wade have already been taken away. Voter rights have been more restricted this year than ever before. And you think by electing some more Republicans, it ain't going to get even more restricted? Please, you might as well go say that College Dropout album is going to come back out in 2024 and Kanye West going to start hitting you with some hot fire tracks again. The shit ain't never happening again. The shit's gone. It's over with. Through the Wire is never going to happen again. Jesus Walks, never going to fucking happen again. Kanye West wearing some clothes that look like they make sense, never going to fucking happen again. It's not going to happen. Kyrie Irving showing up to work on time all the time, never going to happen. That nigga love not coming to work. So please stop being distracted by celebrity worship and issues that don't fucking matter to your life, because that's what the media likes putting in front of you, especially when it involves Black people. Think about this. How many Black people running for midterm elections have you seen on TV? And then how many times have you heard about this Kanye West and Kyrie Irving situation? Black people, don't be distracted by shiny shit. Go vote.
Well, all right.
Preach. That ain't gonna never happen. Kanye wearing some clothes that makes sense. It ain't gonna never happen.
Come on, man. Y'all know them Yeezys ugly as fuck.
Them shits are ugly, yeah.
I thought it was me. Because I saw
Ain't
them a couple
nobody
years
gonna
ago and
come-
I was like, wow, people buying these? but I thought it was just me.
You know how ugly your shoes got to be for for fucking Skechers to kick you out? You know how motherfucking ugly your shoes got to be for Skechers to be like, nah, those ain't hitting, bro.
But like you just said, man, we caping for this dude. People were buying those shoes, man. It was a pretty good seller for Adidas.
You know why they
No,
bought
not a
those
pretty
shoes?
good seller. It was a great seller for
Well,
Adidas. He
I'm
made
just
he
saying.
made a lot of money for Adidas.
So look, man, the reason why those things because I did some research myself. The shoes are like hella expensive, and it's just like iPhones, man. It's a damn
That's all it
status
takes.
symbol.
That's all it takes, man. If you make
That's it.
something expensive,
Gotta
keep
have
going.
it. You ain't nobody
You
unless
act
you
like
got
the
it.
iPhone has no substance. These shoes are like, are you serious?
Yeah, when the iPhone first came out, it had zero substance.
It sure did. It was on an inferior network. It had inferior capabilities. It was slow. The camera was trash. The processor was trash. The only thing it had on it was an Apple that was bitten on the back of it and an all shiny touchscreen that Samsung could distribute it to them.
Yep. And everybody bought that shit
I
like it
don't
was
agree.
gold.
The last
Hey.
phone I had before that was a BlackBerry. I was impressed.
I mean, once again,
And that BlackBerry that you had before that iPhone was well more capable of doing things than that iPhone. The iPhone looked cooler.
No, actually, it wasn't.
I don't know what BlackBerry you had then.
I had the one from Nextel when it was Nextel.
Well, but here's the thing, man. Apple gave you a bigger screen. They made it in color, and they made it so you can see your friends if they got the same damn phone.
Okay,
That's all they did.
Yeah, man.
That's
You
all I'm
can say
saying.
what you want
Now,
about
I'm
the
not saying
iPhone,
Apple
but I'm
hasn't
like,
progressed since then, but
Yeah.
I mean, we're simply talking about the first one that got
Yeah.
released that made AT&T's reputation shit because we had to put everybody on this old inferior network that we were trying to get everybody off of, and then everybody started saying how, well, AT&T's network sucked. No, it didn't. The fucking phone sucked, and it
Fucking
was using the
phone
old
sucked.
ass network.
Yeah. And it's just, but because it was $1,000, I gotta have it. Everybody's gotta have it. And when you see stars and stuff who have it, well, I gotta pay that much too. Yeah. And
Okay.
plus, let's be real. We've already talked about it. Them Yeezy shoes are ugly as hell. Hell, but they $300 some dollars. Oh,
I thought
everybody
they were
got
more than
these.
that. I thought
I
they were
mean,
more than
there's special ones that are more than that.
that. Okay.
If you get it
All
colored
them-
differently, I mean,
All
it's
them
just
shit
shit.
selling for more now.
Yeah, them shit's worth a shit ton of money because they don't make them no more. And God knows everybody's wearing them ugly ass shoes out.
Hey, but let me get a shout out to Kyrie Irving, man, because like, no, I gotta give a shout out to Kyrie Irving because
Oh.
I didn't realize how much this motherfucker was gonna help me in my pockets. Like, so Kyrie Irving doing this dumb shit, he's probably cost himself in the last 2 years like $300 million. Cool, they ain't got shit to do with me. I don't really care. But Kyrie Irving getting supposedly dropped by Nike, man, thank you, bruh. Because we went shoe shopping for the girls, and all the Kyrie Irvings are like on sale now. So yo, instead of paying 100 something for them Johns, we got them for like 60 for my girls. Yo, so Kyrie, man, you all right with me. You know what I'm saying? Them Jews might have a problem with you, and you know what I'm saying? I don't really rock with what the fuck you talking about. But hey, man, if you gonna keep saying stupid shit, so them Nikes that my daughter's like, you know, go on sale. Hey, man, do you, bro? Don't let that man tell you what to say.
Oh shit! Wow, this dude's taking this guy's life and making it cheaper for himself. I ain't mad at that.
I didn't do anything with his life, but if he's gonna
No,
do,
him.
hey, look,
His life making it life cheaper for
black
you.
people like to cape for people. No, I like to defend people that help my way of life, and that shit helped my pockets. So hey, I appreciate it.
Kyrie, keep saying dumb shit. Thank you.
Nah, Kyrie, I'm not gonna say keep saying dumb shit. Kyrie, keep being Kyrie, baby. Just keep being Kyrie. Don't let none of these haters, you know, deter you from losing money. Don't let none of these niggas tell you got to show up for work. Don't do none of that shit, man. You keep your unk earrings, you keep your trash hairline, you let your gray hair show in that little nappy ass fro, and you do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
And you know what? Wink, wink. You right.
You got it. Now I ain't gonna say you right. I'm gonna say you got it. You got it. I don't know what it is, but it helped me not have to spend 120 on them Kyrie's the other day.
Or tell them no. So AG, what's on your mind, bro?
What's on my mind was I started the show by saying I was tired. My place of work can be trifling. Those machines kick my ass. However, they pay me. I keep my wife healthy. I'm not mad at that. I could be unemployed. There are worse things than deal with trifling machines. So I feel blessed and grateful. That's what's on my mind.
All right. Sounds like a man who's trying to retract his statement, keeping his job. I love it.
No, not trying to retract everything. It's, machines are trifling.
She's a trifling, but I still love my job. Thank you. Cause yeah. All right, Mo B, what's on your mind?
Man, I'm tired.
You tired too? Damn, everybody tired around this bitch.
Yeah, man, I'm tired. And you know, I had a little mini flooding incident in my laundry room today.
Oh, snap.
Thanks to the
hose
water
break
heater.
or-
Water heater. The
Ouch.
pressure valve failed on us, and you know, had a little pond down there, a little river.
What, the dogs down there?
Nah, they was outside mad that they couldn't come in.
It was a good day though. God
Yeah,
knows.
it was. Yeah, you know, even though I'm tired, you know, and daylight savings time happened, and I didn't even know that shit was happening. And
You
then, no, I didn't, man.
You got that extra hour of sleep, bro.
I mean, if you say so. And
Maybe that's a good thing.
and you know, it's like 80 degrees in November for whatever reason. You know, what's really on my mind is the thing that's important, man. Fuck the McRib.
That's what's important. I'm tired of y'all attacking me, man. I bared my soul, and this is what I get.
Hey man, look, we all everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rules.
But I'm the only one that admitted it. So
I mean, look, man, I fuck the McRib, man. I'm sorry. Just
no, I agree with you. I'm just saying, y'all give me a hard time because I ate one. I
ain't giving you a hard time because you ate one. I'm giving you a hard time because you endorsed that shit. Like you basically pulled a Kyrie Irving on a McRib. You basically was like, well, I ain't really endorse it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't make the McRib. You know what I'm saying? I just basically said it was the official sandwich of this show. But I mean, I don't have nothing to apologize for because I mean, I didn't make that processed meat and put it on a bun with onions and pickles and tell people it was good and, you know, give people all types of nasty people cancer. Because I don't know if you really get cancer from eating the McRib, but if somebody told me the McRib gives you cancer, I'd believe them.
Yeah, you're probably better off with a cigarette. Just saying.
I'd like to say that after he said that shit about endorsing 5 Minute Warner's McRib, I said that shit is nasty.
Yeah, Ruben wanted nothing to do with it. So yes,
Ruben, I know, man. Like we ain't talking about you right. We ain't talking about you right now, man. You can sit. You can sit this one out.
No, okay.
You can sit this one out.
Shit's nasty.
But hey, man. Hey, what's on my mind, bruh? I'm old as fuck, man.
What are you talking about?
Hey, man. Do you realize like I've almost been married for an adolescent?
You went in your 13th year, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay. I mean, why do they have to equate to each other?
I mean, because you can't be married for a long time without getting old.
You've been married for a long time, but then the first thing on your mind was, I'm getting old? I'm old.
Man. Look, if you would have asked 20-year-old me with all of the dreams and the ignorance and the fearlessness and the passion for life, like, hey, bro, you know, you're going to be 40 and you're going to be married for 13 years with 2 kids and 2 dogs. Like, and you'd have told me this would have been my life, I'd have been like, no, that shit's for suckers. I'm gonna be 20 something forever. I'm gonna be out here slinging and banging safely forever.
Safely. I mean,
slinging and banging.
Did you really feel that way?
I mean, nah, because I just always equated like marriage and kids to like it being over. Like, ouch. But I wanted it to be over. Like, that's a weird thing. Like, I'm not saying like from a kid, I knew like, yeah, I want to be married and have kids one day. But like that one day always seems like it's way far away. Like, it just never seemed like it was something that was gonna happen right then. And then even when I got married, I was just like, hey man, this marriage is gonna be great. We're gonna be honeymooning it up forever. And then like a year and like some change later, Kira came and I'm like, hey man, this cool. We're gonna be the cool parents that, you know, have kids, but it don't affect us at all. We're gonna still be the young parent. Man, that shit dies down. Like as soon as the kid starts talking and saying shit, like as soon as she said da, I was like, fuck man, I'm old as shit, man. Like and then I don't even remember the dreams I had when I was in my 20s. Like, because I know I used to have some cool ass dreams. I know, like, don't get me wrong, my life is fucking awesome. But I know, like, if I'd explained to 23-year-old me my life now, 23-year-old me would have been like, your life whack as fuck, dog. Like, dog, you wear jeans that fit? Like, bro, you ain't wearing a 6X shirt no more? Like, you ain't trying to find some Jabro jeans? Where your FUBU jersey at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you have an 05 too? 05, baby. Woo.
That's it, man. Rube, what's on your mind, man?
Wow.
Well,
and there you have it. Show's over,
Yeah.
folks. Ruben said Wild's on his mind. We out. Fucking McRib and we out of here.
McRib, baby.
So, by the time next week happens, voting will have happened, and we will know our fate.
Yeah.
As it were. The only thing I'm going to say is, you know, a lot of people say, if you don't vote, you can't complain. Nah, I disagree with that. You can complain. But if you don't vote, that means you chose not to do anything. And that's what it is. It's that simple. You made that choice, not us. And so when you complain about stuff, hey, did you do your due diligence? Yes. Word. Do you do your due diligence? No. Well, all right. I mean, we just keep it pushing, man. Hey, luck is something that happens when you need it. But in the grand scheme of things, why are we dealing with luck when you don't have to? And Team Payback is 20 years old.
No,
I don't know how to feel about that.
Team Payback is actually 19 years old.
Yeah, that Team Payback is 1 year old.
Yeah,
That's all. That ain't win shit.
The Team Payback that you started, Dre, like we needed the next year to actually have a payback because we paid everybody with W's in that first year,
bro,
and we took all the L's.
Hey man, normally I'm a fan of protect the innocent, but yeah, man, 19 years later, we got your ass, Pete.
You still holding on to that Pete robbery, man?
Hey man, he came to us first. He came to our face. He said he got something for you, big man. And I was just like, what are you doing? Like, we don't hate you, but you hated us.
You realize that was the first time I'd ever seen Pete?
Yeah, probably.
And do you know how confusing it was for 6'3", 300-pound me to have some white dude with some glasses point in my face and say, "We got something for you, big man"?
Bro.
Do you know what part of me was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like,
we had to pay back Dre's debts, man. We're out here paying back Dre's debts with interest and shit. And then on top of all that shit, we really had to embarrass him and come back and beat him. And that's the game that you did that spin move on the ground, which was insanity.
I saw it in N1 mixtape.
Yeah,
it'd be some cool shit to do.
I mean, it was. You messed him up. You messed his world up. I swear, I think he cried after he lost that game. But
maybe.
I mean, we didn't cry. I got hoarse because I was yelling too hard. But hey, man, hey, control your own destiny because the only destiny we got is ours. It's that simple. So once again, thank everybody for listening. We are live Sundays, 9 p.m. Even with the time change, I don't mean that changed. So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays, a brand new live episode of 5 Minute Warning. And of course, on Thursday, Friday, we drop the podcast version. Once again, if you want to listen to it, watch it later before then, you'd always go to our YouTube page and watch it. Thanks, Moco Cowboy. We thought the same thing, man. FP. But yeah, thank you to everybody listening today. Thank you to Mo B and AG, always up in the house as well. Once again, tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell somebody about us. And as always, we will see you next Sunday. And with that being said, love, peace, hair grease, soul, and juice. After McRib.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of